Humanity Lost by Meghan Douglass, independently published, 2021. The fate of humanity rests on their shoulders, but when the crew of the Valhalla awaken prematurely from stasis, things go horribly wrong. What must they all sacrifice to save the rest of humanity? Desperate times call for deadly measures. Full disclosure, I am not a sci-fi fan. I don't know why, it just never really clicked with me. Wait, yes I do know. I grew up in the age of one television set homes, and we couldn't watch TV in the evenings until Dad stopped watching Star Trek: The Next Generation. That, and he had that book Communion. You know, the one with the alien on the cover? That crap gave me nightmares. But this isn't about me. It's about Humanity Lost by Meghan Douglass. Humanity Lost was a gripping short read with a pretty straightforward plot. Earth has become toxic and borderline uninhabitable, and the massive ships built to take humans to different parts of the galaxy for survival do not have the fuel to complete the journey. A specialized crew is put together to go deep into the universe to harvest and bring back fuel needed for those ships, and therefore save humanity. The mission of gathering the fuel is successful, and the story picks up on the Valhalla's return home. The ship is struck by a small meteor, causing the small crew to be awakened from their stasis 2 months earlier than scheduled. With the stasis pods now inoperable, the crew begins to realize that they have only a week's supply of food tops, nowhere near the amount needed to survive the 2 months needed to return home. If they do not survive the trip, all of humanity will be lost. The crew begins to ration their remaining supplies as best as possible, but when a freak accident causes one of the crew members to lose a leg, well, there's a lot of meat that would just go to waste, right? We now find ourselves in a Donner Party scenario, stuck in deep space. Coming in at just 53 pages, this quick read explores the length the crew will go to in order to survive and the mental struggles, or lack thereof, of each crew member as they grapple with their new meals, the fact that it still won't be enough food, and what their next steps and sacrifices will be. The amount of character studies on each crew member was very well done in such a short read. A longer piece of work could have given us a lot more of each individual character and how they either come to terms with their new reality or not, but when considering the size of the story for what it is, it was very well done. As mentioned before, I am not a sci-fi fan at all, but the dark horror elements of this story kept me reading just to know what would happen next. And even though the suspense that built throughout the last part of the story had me pretty much predicting a lot of it, the final ending reveal had a very satisfying horror or Twilight Zone feel to it. All in all, this was an enjoyable little read. I'm not one to have an organized, set-in-stone, to-be-read pile, so short breaks such as this one are my go-to type of reads between longer pieces of work. If you're in that same boat, or just a lover of short stories, I highly recommend Humanity Lost by Meghan Douglass. And with this being the author's debut work, I look forward to what type of stories she produces in the future. Until next time, find yourself a good book and enjoy a break from reality.